Hello there, welcome to Two Hopes Garage. My name's Jace, thank you very much for joining us, hope you're well. Got a bit of a different video today, just a wee short one. I was going to be doing a Camaro brake bleed, however, I thought I would share my experience of this tool here. It's not a demonstration or anything, it's just a wee look at this. This is the Mityvac MV8500 Silver Line Elite Automotive Test Kit. A wee bit of a mouthful. Is it a cracking bit of kit? Or is it a honking bit of kit? Well, it's got the potential to be a cracking bit of kit, but there's a large caveat with that. So enough of the waffling on, let's have a wee look at the Mityvac. Well, it comes in quite a nice blow moulded case with a couple of colourful catches. I'll open up like so, and inside we have, I'll just talk around the bits. So there's a couple of bits of plastic tubing. I've got one trashed, so just one left there. Couple of stubby bits of plastic tubing to use with the reservoir. I'll show you that in a bit. Obviously the pump. There is a small reservoir, bear with me, for use with bleeding brakes. The lid of which is up here. I'll show you. This lid here sits on there in conjunction with a little stub pipe, and you have a line to the pump and a line to your brake bleed nipple, and that lets you bleed your brakes in small quantities. Also, we have in this compartment here, we've got another stubby bit of slightly different diameter tubing and a whole rake of plugs, bleed nipple fittings and other adapters to allow you to carry out a variety of pressurisation and vacuum jobs. Let's throw that back in there for the moment. Up in the top section, I get a very comprehensive instruction manual. It's actually really good. Tells you about the kit, about the spares, and how to carry out a variety of automotive jobs, as you can see, that involve either pressure or vacuum. So that was a nice addition. You've also got a variety of adapters. Let's pull these out. To sit on top of different brake reservoirs. Obviously GM, I believe this one's a Ford. That looks like an older one. And they get used in conjunction with these adapters here, which you can fit on your brake fluid bottle, common sizes, which lets you sit the bottle on here. That sits on top of your reservoir, and then when you're bleeding the brakes, it auto fills the reservoir. So they're quite nifty. And obviously the main attraction is the pump. So the pump in this kit's a metal pump, which is one of the things I liked about it. A wee bit sturdier than the plastic pump, which I'd read tend to fail on the handles. It's got a cracking gauge on it, which is on a swivel, so it allows you vision of your pressures at any angle whilst you're doing the job. So that's a really handy, nice feature. The switch here allows you to change between vacuum. I'll just show you. There's your vacuum building up. Or pressure. And there's a couple of blats again. We've also got a pressure release valve down in the bottom here. And the pump itself is a sprung action piston, which is withdrawn by the handle. And this is where the main problem with this lay. I did the brake bleed on my F150. This was it was the first time I'd used this pump. I did 2 out of the 4 brakes, and what happened was the handle here became detached from the piston rod and fell apart. And the reason was, you should be able to see there, the piston rod here is attached to the handle. Well, it's not actually attached, but it's located on that recess in the handle by a steel roll pin. And what happens as you pump, the roll pin moves up and down within its recess. And as you can see, it's got a tendency to rotate. It gouges the metal, obviously, because the steel roll pin is significantly harder than the material that the pump's made from. What ended up happening was, as this rotated round, obviously it pops through the slot, and then it falls apart. So quite frustrating to use. I didn't even manage to do a full car bleed out of this without it falling apart on first use. Now, this kit was a present from Mrs. Two Hopes, and it sat in my garage unused for quite some time. By the time I did the brakes and it fell apart, I was about 2 weeks out of the year's warranty. I got in touch with Mityvac and they simply weren't interested, regardless of it being the first use. They said, well, warranty's a year, you're on your own. So they weren't at all interested in standing by their product, unfortunately. And I realised it was out of warranty, and really what I should have done is had it fall apart on me in the first couple of weeks. And then hopefully I'd have got either a kit to repair it or a replacement, I'm not sure. But what I would say is, as nice as it is, and I was really disappointed because I was looking forward to using this tool. I'd used a variety of brake bleeding devices over the years, and I'd always quite fancied one of these. And it's been a whole disappointment, really. So yeah, if you want your brake bleeding device to fall apart after the first use, this is just the tool for you. So yeah, bit of a shame really, because with a slightly different design here, it'd be a cracking tool. It's very user maintainable. It's got all sorts of spares available for you to rebuild when it gets worn out. I suspect this bit here possibly gets replaced a lot, but that could have been so much better. And after it happening, I had a look into it, and I know I'm not alone in this. It's quite a common complaint that this bit here just doesn't work terribly well, and people have them falling apart, which is obviously far from ideal. But yeah, it's quite disappointing. I am going to do the Camaro with it, and I'm just going to need to be careful. But yeah, what a shame. So that was the Mityvac MV8500. Something that promised so much, and ultimately, unfortunately for myself, it didn't deliver. For me, rather than a cracking bit of kit, due to it falling apart several times in its first use, I would have it down as a honking bit of kit. And I am aware that there are a whole load of people, thousands of folk out there, that don't have any issues with this and have used it successfully. Unfortunately, that wasn't my experience, and I just thought I'd pass that on in case you're looking at buying one of these things. I didn't see any reviews on YouTube mentioning it. However, doing a wee bit of digging, there seems to be a lot of people that have that. It seems to be a bit of a common problem the handle falling apart. So yeah, sorry about the negative review. I'm aware I've done 2 reviews now, and they're both negative. That's maybe not a good thing. Maybe I should do one on the CJ Auto ramps that this is sitting on, because they're brilliant. Or many other things that I have that are cracking. However, that's another story. Anyway, what's coming up? What am I doing with this? So before it goes out back onto the road in the spring, I need to get the rear speakers sorted. I've not managed to procure a set of speakers for it. I need to find something that fits. I don't think I'm going to get original replacements. I'm going to put some driven high zinc motor oil into it. Also, I will be bleeding the brakes using this very carefully. And what else? I'm going to do a wheel detailing, I think, on this. The wheels are in such cracking condition, but they're just a wee bit dirty, and I think a bit of a detail, wheek them off, clean them inside and out. I think they'd look amazing. So keep your eye out for that if you're interested. So thank you very much for joining us once again. Oh, I'll stick a couple of links down for a couple of videos there and there. I'm not sure, probably Camaro, maybe one Camaro and one for the Mercedes, if you want to give that a wee swatch. So thanks once again for joining us. Take care, and we'll see you again soon, hopefully. Thank you. Bye-bye.